Welcome to the Wildcast podcast, coming to you from Wildcast Studios, with your hosts Adam Lund and Jeremy Boucher.
Oh, welcome into Wildcast Studios on Rogers TV for another episode of the Platinum Award-winning and longest-running QMJHL podcast, the Wildcast podcast, your unofficial voice of the reigning 2025 Joe Corto Trophy champion Moncton Wildcats, presented by Discount Flooring Services, a division of Fabulous Flooring, home to the largest variety of high-end current, discontinued lines in hardwood, ceramic vinyl, laminate flooring, luxury model tiles, and even blinds for immediate purchase. Find them at 320 Collishaw Street in Moncton, or give them a call at 868-59-9909. As always, finishers, I am surviving the weekend that was. I am your host, Adam Lund, and I'm joined by your favorite co-host, Mr. YQM, Mr. Starbucks, Mr. We're not talking about baseball, Mr. Jeremy Boucher. How was your Thanksgiving?
Well, you want the real story? No, I don't think I'll share the real story. But Thanksgiving was good. It was uneventful.
Yeah.
It was eventful but uneventful.
Turkey on Sunday,
mashed potatoes. What else was there? Stuffing.
Yeah,
stuffing's overrated. Cranberry sauce. Gravy.
Depends what you can.
Yeah, pumpkin pie, apple crisp, ice cream.
We just went ham.
The whole shebang.
Little ham, little carrots on Monday.
Yeah.
We're surviving in this house. Little Miss has a cold.
Yeah.
The wife has the vid.
Ugh, gross.
I may have had food poisoning. So we're surviving.
Yeah.
We've taken some time. We got our social distancing. We're good.
Kind of.
Yeah.
We're I had that 48-hour seasons are changing flu.
Yeah.
It hit me like Saturday night. Still a little congested there. So we're gonna battle through this one.
Was that seasons are changing or cups are still flowing from the game before?
Oh, no.
No, you're good.
I was responsible on Friday night at the hockey game. Every time summer to fall or fall to summer, I get sick.
Yeah.
And it's just the seasons change. It's the seasons changing, 48-hour flu. And yeah, I'm still getting over it here. So ice down, congested, and I'm just going to try to get through it here.
This is the Sexy Voice Podcast. This is
the Hot Dad Podcast.
Yeah, the Hot Dad Podcast is going to talk hockey. All right. Don't forget, as always, you can follow us on the social medias. Twitter, Moncton Wildcast. Instagram, Wildcast Podcast. Instagram, TikTok, Wildcast Podcast as well. Twitter, Moncton Wildcast as well. On YouTube, 10 away from 500. So the QR code, if you're watching this on TV, QR code, that goes right to our YouTube. We'd appreciate a subscribe and a like if you're watching on YouTube. And you're not doing that, hit that anyways. It lets us know you like what we're doing. Plus, you won't miss any podcasts or any podcast post games when we're available to do them and we're not sick. Quick question, sir. This is for you. It came in from Mr. Anonymous.
Oh,
didn't want to be revealed, as he just contributed to the show, but he didn't want to be revealed. And I feel you're best fit to answer this question, being a day one fan. It's the Final Four. Who wins this tournament? The 06 Moncton Wildcats, the 2010 Moncton Wildcats, the 2020 Moncton Wildcats. I know they didn't win a championship, but they would have. Or the 2025 Moncton Wildcats, taking into consideration the forwards, the defense, the coaching, the goaltending, all of it. Who wins that championship?
Oh man, this is tough. All right, so I think I'll do kind of a final, like a bracketology here.
Yep.
Based with the number one seed being the 2006 team, because they went the furthest of all the teams.
Yeah.
And I'll take, going up against that group, I'll take the 2020 group. And on the other side, I'll do 2010 against 2025. So on the first side, it's probably the toughest one because it was, I mean, you had everything. That 2006 team had everything. And there was not much that that team could have done.
Right.
They've probably arguably one of the better teams they've ever put together. And that's not taking anything away from the other three. Like, it was just a unit.
But when you're hosting a Memorial Cup, you build a unit.
Yeah, like they put together a unit, and the coaching staff, Ted Nolan and Danny Flynn, and they were. You could have asked for a better coaching staff either. Do they beat the 2020 team? I think so. It's even 2020 team was really good, but I just think this 2006 team, they were built to there was nothing missing from that group.
And we just broke franchise records of theirs this past year.
That's it.
That's how long those records stood.
Yeah, and that's why you go over to the other bracket and you say 2010 against 2025. It's arguably 2025.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2010. I mean, there was, that was a fun run. Just probably some of the better atmospheres we've ever experienced was, that final against St. John. This just that Highway 1 rivalry, which I hope to God we see again someday in the finals. It was unbelievable. I think it's easily 2025 over 2010. That's an easy one.
Mm-hmm.
Then you take 2006 against 2025. Oh, I mean, you could
better go 7.
You could make the argument for 2006, but just based on the records and the coaching staff and everything that team was able to put together, last season, it's I don't know if we'll ever see a team that good in Moncton again for a very, very long time. Let's be honest, and it's it just sucks that we kind of ran into a London Knights team that's probably going to have 90% of their team in the NHL.
Our 2025 team ran into this year's version of what the 06 team was, just how good and how loaded they were. Right?
Well, that's it, right? And if you're going up against a team that's going to have, almost every guy on the roster to play professional hockey at a high level, it's tough to beat that team. And so I think, if you take those final 4 teams, I think you got to give the edge to 2025 just based on coaching and depth and scoring and the close knit of the group as well. That last year was a lot of fun.
How hard was that for you to kind of go through and put that together?
With 2 hours notice. I mean, it was, I wanted to start breaking out names and stuff, but I just, between 2006 and 2010, I couldn't. Sometimes I think Brad Marchand was on the 2010 team, but he wasn't. He was on the 2006 team.
Yeah.
And so it's just, it's tough for me to remember names and who was on what. And I think 2010, I think they win a Memorial Cup if half the team doesn't have food poisoning at the Memorial Cup. Right. So
first time I ever saw the Moncton Wildcats play.
Yeah.
I was going for the Hitmen that year, and anybody that played Brandon in London or Brandon in Windsor.
Game 1 of the round robin, you got a 3-goal lead against the Calgary Hitmen, and you blow it.
Yeah.
Right. So it was it's tough to overcome when half your team is sick.
Yeah.
You can't. You put every effort out there possible to lay it on the line, and some nights it's just not possible.
Yeah, and that's why it was an easier question for you, because I've only seen 2020 and 2025, and even if I put those 2 teams against each other, I mean 2025 was just so good, and we say it every 2 years, every 3 years almost, like what could have been, but I mean even the playoffs this year or last year with Moncton against Rimouski, with those 2 teams that were loaded up, I think the format was the top 4 back then as well. I don't think it was East versus West, but it could have been us against Jakoby, and they were just as loaded as we were with Lavoie. Whatever his name is, the goalie out of nowhere. I can't remember what his name was, but they were just as, I mean, it's almost 6 years ago, but they were just as loaded as we were. So we would have been, again, treated to some very good hockey. And it's just that 2025 team is
special. It's special. It's a special group. It's, it's I don't think we'll see a team like that for a while.
No,
You know, there's
nine losses. We're at 2 already, so
Yeah.
that means 7 more losses in the remaining
yeah,
games.
yeah,
It's crazy to see what they did and how they didn't even get off to a hot start.
Mhm.
Like, it's not like they started 10-1 and lost a couple. They kind of stumbled a little bit, got to 5-3, and then just kind of took off. And then near the end of the year, it was a fun ride. But thanks you to Mr. Anonymous again. If you have a quick question, hit us up. Let us know. Literally anything Wildcats, anything hockey. If you want to throw your favorite food in there, me and Mr. Boucher will answer that. I mean, mine's mac and cheese, but no. Not all the time, but favorite restaurant or blah blah blah, like whatever. Just hit us up. We prefer hockey questions, but we want you to be part of the show. So give us some questions. All right, let's get to some news and notes because we actually have some news and notes from around the queue.
News and notes from around the queue.
And that's presented by Waterworks Pools and Spas, providing Atlantic Canadians with custom in-ground pools, spas, service, and supplies since 1986. If you're looking for a new spa service or maintenance from their trained technicians or getting your pool water from green to clear, go see them at 194 Killam Drive in Moncton or call them at 506-859-1980. Daniel Renault of Shawinigan coached his 500th game on Friday in Gatineau to a 7-2 victory, so special for him. We had a roster announced for the Q Prospects game in Sherbrooke. Defenseman Tommy Blau, who we kind of hinted at would probably be there, was announced to that roster. I'm kind of worried if Chudzinski's going to be on that team. He's out for about a month. We're 2 weeks away from that game right now. If he's there, you'd like to see him in a Wildcats uniform for at least 1 or 2 to get, but I don't know if he'll be there.
Yeah, we're getting close. Lars Steiner from Rouen was already ruled out of the game because of an injury. I think they're maybe waiting for last minute. I don't know exactly, but yeah. I mean, I'm sure they have a replacement lined up if Chud can't make it.
Yeah,
I hope he can make it. Be a good little exposure for him. But we had our buddy Drew Baird message me like, how could they pick this player and this player over this player and this player? I was like, look, it's one game. It's a prospects game. You have 60 other opportunities to showcase yourself. What's a prospect game going to do? It's if Samuel Boyer from Cape Breton is not on the roster, he has more opportunities to prove himself than he does, to play in a prospects game. So if you're not on this roster, like don't go poop your pants here, and it's not going to hurt you.
Yeah, and it's just a way also to showcase, because there's only one team that's playing 2 games in Calgary and Lethbridge in the CHL USA Prospects. It's not like it's an all-star team that this would be going up against Russia, which they used to do, and it'd be cool if they did that again with a Sweden or a Finland or a Switzerland, or just kind of rotate countries through. You have opportunities to be seen by scouts on every given night. So one game isn't going to make or break your chance. We also, not our news, not our league, but as my fine co-host here pointed out with his Taylor Swift, look what you made me do. The OHL is going to a live draft. Brandon Caputo of Armchair Network in the OHL is saying that they are going to the live draft. Hasn't been announced where. It'll be interesting to see when it's announced when, because the OHL and the WHL love to have that draft 2 weeks into the playoffs. I'm sure GMs just love that when they're in a playoff series. Oh, and you got to do X, Y, and Z to get ready for a draft. So good to see them do it. WHL, be cool to catch up. Let's all do it together. But and then we had the Q Cup here in this past weekend in Dieppe. Didn't even realize it was happening until walked into the rink and saw Alex from the Q. I was like, so is it standard you have to travel when Rimouski plays Moncton every year? And he's like, I didn't even realize that. I'm here for the Q Cup. And I was like, oh, right. And then I saw good friend of the show, Dave Tebow.
Oh, yes.
Rocket downstairs, Ismail Blizzardo. And I was like, what are you doing here on a random Friday night? And he's like, the Q Cup. I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That would make a ton of sense. So we get to start talking a little bit about the draft. Your thoughts on it, as Nova Scotia just hammered Newfoundland 7-1 in the final to take that.
Yeah, they walked all over the competition. Not much they could, that the other provinces could do. I mean, New Brunswick, they're arguably their best forward, Sam Nowlin, scheduling conflicts in quotations. That's what I heard. I mean, he's playing for the Little Caesars program in Detroit, so I mean that could have had something to do with it. And the 14-year-old Zion Decans, who plays with the Flyers, for some reason had to play in the U15 division, and didn't. So he absolutely tore up the U15 division of the Atlantic Challenge Cup. No surprise, when he should have been playing, in the Q Cup at the U16, because look, he's probably going to play in the Monctonian Prospects game. So why don't play him in the?
Yeah.
But I'm not going to get into arguments here. We're here to talk about the draft and not talk about players who are 2 years away. But overall, good tournament. Few standouts. I know there's been I saw a couple all-star teams, poke around on X, and I kind of put my own together.
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give Austin Robson, friend of the show. I'll give his out after yours.
Yeah.
I'll see how many of yours you have on that would be correct with his, I guess.
Yeah. So starting in nets, just an absolute workhorse, PEI goaltender Hudson Lynch. Kid faced a lot of rubber.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I mean, you talk about a kid with work ethic. I mean, just love his heart and his resilience. You play on PEI. I think the PEI team only had 2 players on their roster that play at the U18 level.
Yeah.
So they were just getting walked over every game. And this kid just making highlight reel saves, even when the game was out of reach, just didn't give up. Really, really loved his effort. I don't know if he's a starting goaltender down the road, but a lot of people probably said the same thing about Chad Arsenault.
Sure. Yeah.
Just a dog from PEI who scratched and clawed his way to not only being a goalie in the queue, but being a starter as well. So
to the point where we didn't enjoy seeing him.
Yeah, well, that's it, right? So that's my goalie Hudson Lynch from PEI.
Yep.
On the back end, I got Jaden Tillman from Nova Scotia. Kind of and I'm sure that I might make a few people skin crawl when I say this, but he reminds me of a former Wildcat, Zach Malatesta. Whereas, he can kill plays in the offensive zone just by a massive open ice hit.
Is that the guy that hit the guy from 4 feet from the
glass
and hammered him?
Yeah. Just I mean, you kill plays with an open ice hit, and not only that, but his puck rushing is also very impressive.
Yeah.
So I think I like that aspect of his game. Another D, Jack Cameron from Nova Scotia as well. Just his composure when breaking the puck out of the zone really stuck out. Doesn't panic. And forward group, I have Max Bryan out of Nova Scotia. Big power forward, plays 200 feet, scores goals and hits you like a freaking Mack truck. There was one moment where he put a New Brunswick, I think it was a New Brunswick player, right in the bench.
Oh, nice.
Just smoked him. Luke McGuire out of Newfoundland. Probably the smartest. I'm sure he's a smart kid, but moving out of Newfoundland to play at a higher level, I think he plays in the Alberta U18. So you don't see very many kids from Newfoundland go to Alberta.
Yeah.
But I think he plays Calgary Edge or Calgary Rock. Calgary Rock that's the Toronto Rock.
The Edge School would be it.
Edge School, something like that. But one of those prep schools in Calgary. So I think you think you want to play against better competition, and he's doing it. Just his
Yeah, the edge school.
Edge school. Yeah, just controls the pace every time he touches the puck and just enters the zone with ease. Just so much skill and so much playmaking ability. And finally, another forward. Huh? His points from last year?
The U15 Easton Thunder, 35 games, 90 points.
Yeah.
31 goals in 35 games. He's already got 4 points in 3 games for the edge school.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, that'll do.
Yeah. And another forward, last one another one out of Newfoundland, Damian Norris. Is he on
Yeah, you got 4.
4? Is it 4?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Just slick, well-rounded, slick player. Strong defensively as well. Wicked shot.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like you know how, I'm not sure what the play is called, but Dinwiddie does it a lot where he does a loop and then he gets fed the puck on almost the left point and just skates in and rips it.
Yeah.
Like he did against London in the Mem Cup semifinal.
Yeah.
That guy's probably going to score half of his goals in the queue just doing the same thing. just rips it.
Yeah. And
so that's kind of what I got for the Q Cup, my little all-star team.
So Austin Robson, friend of the show from A-Rob Scouting for Puck Preps, had Hudson Lynch in goal, Mateo Wall from New Brunswick, and Jack Cameron on defense from Nova Scotia. Carter Odell from Nova Scotia, and he had the 2 Newfies, Damian Norris and Luke McGuire.
Nice. Yeah.
Is this a strong class for Atlantic Canada in the... I don't want you to get too much into detail because we got the other teams of the week, but is this a strong class kind of in this upcoming draft?
I would say so. Nova Scotia, no surprise, they're going to have a lot of guys drafted. New Brunswick, again, when your best player is in Detroit, he's probably going to be a first rounder in the draft. But yeah, Mateo Waugh is plays for the Flyers, local kid, so I have a chance to go watch him. I do want to give an honorable mention on the show because this was absolutely incredible, and I couldn't believe it when I saw it. Hudson Pino of Team PEI, standing at a whopping 5'2" and 114 pounds.
Was that the dude in the middle of the...
Playing in front of the net on the power play. What a friggin' dog.
I saw that. I saw someone tweet that, and I was like, all right, yeah.
Like, those are some...
Yeah.
You got some on you. If
the Major League marbles. You got big marbles.
You're 5'2" and you're standing in front of the net on the power play. Yeah, that takes some
marbles.
Some marbles.
Yeah.
So good on you, kid. Look, don't know if you're going to get picked in the Q draft, but this could be very good junior A player.
Yeah. Or
he's just going to be an absolute demon. Like
yeah.
Like just probably at 5'2", 114, probably going to piss the pants off you just having to play against him.
Or he's going to grow. Like he's going to get drafted in like the 8th, 10th round and just shoot up to like 5'8", put some muscle on.
It'd be something. I mean, it's something silly. Like you imagine like if he was a year older and he's in the queue and he's against like
Dylan McKinnon,
6'7", Otto Magnuson.
Comes up to his shin pad, comes up to his knee.
I've had it up to here with you.
Yeah. Go stand in front of the net. If it goes off your helmet, it's not high sticking. It still goes in the net.
5'2", 114 pounds.
I did see that tweet, but excellent list.
Thank you.
Excellent list.
Yeah, we got the
feels good to get
coming out next month.
Feels good to get some draft prep in again early. We didn't do a lot last year because we knew we weren't picking very early, so we may get a little bit more into the Monctonian too. Yeah. Probably have Austin on again. All right, let's get to the Q team of the week. Mateo Nobert from the Armada, 2 games, 1 goal, 6 assists. Justin Carbonneau from the Armada, 2 games, 3 goals, 2 assists. Igor Shilov from the Victoriaville Tigres, who we will see on Friday. Goal and 4 assists in 1 game. Xavier Villeneuve of the Armada. Oh, there's a lot of them there all of a sudden. I wonder why. 2 games, 1 goal, 6 assists. Alexander Taillefer from Quebec. 1 goal, 3 assists in 2 games. And the goaltender that we're going to see here this weekend, or tonight, actually. Emile Bonnoyer from Val-d'Or. Well, nobody's scored on him in 2 games. 2-0, 1,000 save percentage, and 2 shutouts. So I know at least one key for tonight's game against Val-d'Or. Try and score.
Hope he's not starting.
Yeah, that's who. And obviously the Q player of the week, the aforementioned, hasn't allowed a goal in yet. Emile Bonnoyer from Val-d'Or.
See you tonight.
Yep. See you tonight, sir. All right, let's get to everyone's second favorite part of the show.
It's now time for the one and only Boucher's Team of the Week.
Thank you, sir. No surprise, I also have Emile Bonnoyer on my list.
What?
And believe it or not, I also have here 7 notes. See you tonight.
It's good. Yep, that'll work.
Yeah, back-to-back shutouts. I could not have him.
Nope.
Also, I have Xavier Villeneuve for 5 assists in 1 game, which is a Blainville record for amongst defensemen. 5 assists in 1 game. Also on defense is Carl. Oh, sorry, not Carl. Cal Ewens. That's probably another name that my sister-in-law would think was one name. How she thinks your name is Adam Lund.
Yep.
But this is Cal Ewens. 20-year-old free agent. Over a point per game to start the season. And a +4.
Nice.
And with numbers like that, it's hard to believe he was released in the OHL.
Yeah.
You know, a team would not want a 20-year-old defenseman with a point per game. Interesting. Forward group. We always have a Wildcat. So Simon Binkley. Back-to-back game-winning goals.
Yep.
Yeah. And I actually found a message on the message board that said he brings little offensively.
I saw that.
And this person expected him to be traded or cut for a younger, more skilled player.
Yeah.
So well, Gardner McDougall, thank you for not listening or reading the rest.
Yes. And thank you for listening to us, who said last year every time Binkley was on the ice,
he's got
something happened.
He's got something.
Yeah.
Will Shields of Charlottetown. He scored 3 goals against Newfoundland on Thanksgiving Monday. That's the first hat trick by an Oilers player in a loss in over 10 years.
Wow. Really?
Mm-hmm. And finally, my favorite. This is why we do the team of the week, the Boucher team of the week. Lyndon Larson of the Newfoundland Regiment. A couple of tough games against for them against the Armada.
Yeah.
You know, giving up 15 goals.
Yeah.
Our buddy Lyndon Larson finished +1.
Nice. It's not always about putting points on the board.
It's not always.
Yes.
Plus minus is a big thing. Like Gavin McKenna was a -5 in his first NCAA game. Yeah, it's a bust right there.
Yeah, got ripped apart for that
You
too.
are done.
Yeah.
Draft stock's going down.
Excellent team of the week, sir.
Thank you. That's all.
Weekly Rewind.
All right, the Weekly Rewind presented by Alphas Appliance Solutions. Right now, they've got the KitchenAid Red Hot Savings Event. Save $600 when you purchase any 3, $800 when you purchase any 4, or $1,200 when you purchase 5 or more KitchenAid built-in major kitchen appliances. Qualifying purchases must be now made till October 1st. I got to get a new one in there. For those and any other deals, go to alphaappliancesolutions.ca. The Wildcats get some nice Thanksgiving W's this week. They go 2-0 over the weekend, bringing the record to 4-2-2. Friday night, we played the rematch with the Rimouski Oceanic, which had 7 Wildcats and 4 Rimouski players. So not technically a rematch anymore. But before we get on the ice, I'm going to go off the ice. If you've listened to this show for 9 years or been part of the podcast post games, I've been a touch critical of this organization for having theme nights and doing absolutely nothing with them. Not even the smallest detail. I got to the rink for warm-ups halfway through, noticed the scoreboard. First thing I did was take a picture. Mm-hmm. The scoreboard was a retro scoreboard. They had a retro, the very first retro intro, which a young Jeremy Boucher remembered that goal. Movie quote or movie intermissions. All music was from 1996. The goal song, which I like the Cardi B song, but as I was watching and every time they went to drop the puck, I was like, if they chose to stick with Macarena, it would probably be the only team with that still. And you were able to get that to the right point where as soon as they dropped the puck, they shut that off and everybody in the crowd went, "Hey, Macarena."
Yeah.
I mean, that would be fantastic. It was not even just what they did on the ice, like in terms of the video product, the songs, everything like that. JR announced the refs and the other team
Oh, it was the best.
while the Zamboni was going on. It was fantastic. It was the littlest detail. They had the video for the walkout. They came out to Gangsters Paradise, which, Desi, if you have control over this and you're listening, or whoever does that, keep that. Keep that with a mashup of Rolling in the Deep. Just the Gangsters Paradise when the screen shifts to them standing in that red tunnel a little bit, and then go to the Rolling in the Deep. Just
pretty good.
Allie, unfreaking believable. I know that we've got another theme night coming up that I'll talk about at the end of the show, but from what this team had done years before, the fact that this one game went above and beyond the bar, I gave you props up in the media booth, and I couldn't give you enough. It was absolutely fantastic. I don't think they'll stick with Hey Macarena. I'm sure people were probably happy with that because it wasn't Cardi B, so they knew what the song was. But I think that would be I think that would be a pretty cool vibe. So
I had more reasons to dance.
Yeah. So game day manager Allie Forbes, fantastic work. Can't wait to see what you continue to do with more theme nights as well as just regular game nights. But let's get to the game on the ice. A complete 60-minute effort. The first one we've seen for the game, most shots of the year, 45 shots against Rimouski. I asked both Tessier and Gabe if playing Rimouski had anything to do with it. You may know their structures, new players, but you might know their structures. Tessier kind of said yes, but not really. Gabe was like, it might have played into it. I think they wanted that one. I don't think they wanted, like the last time Rimouski was in the building, they won game 5.
Yeah.
And I don't think they wanted to give him another win.
No, I'd have to agree. It was oddly enough, it was probably a lot more. It was tighter than those playoff games, which is, believe it or not, it didn't necessarily feel like a playoff game, but both goalies were outstanding.
Yeah,
it was just a very well goaltended game. Goaltended game. Yeah, I was don't remember much. I had yeah.
So you sat in your seat for half the first period?
I was about between that and the constant runs of the restroom. I was probably my seat for about 10 minutes, and watched the remainder from the ice bar.
Yeah. Also,
speaking of the ice bar, you can get like 1 liter draft beers now.
Yeah.
For like $15. So yeah. It was a good time.
Shout out to the people that gave you some drinks.
They are the listeners of the podcast who bought me a couple of beverages, and they also have air hockey down in the ice bar now, which is going to be I'm sure it's going to get pretty intense one of these nights. You take it. I had a few pops to the point where I bought my 50/50 tickets online and entered my email address incorrectly. Somehow there was a Z in my last name.
It was good Friday, which if you look at a keyboard, not even close.
They're not close.
Yeah, it was good Friday, good solid Friday night. I actually came down after this first intermission to hang out with you, see how drunky Smurf was, and because I went to the table for the bus ride, which again I believe is sold out, back-to-back bus rides.
Love it.
Charlottetown and Halifax is sold out, so props to them and continue to the fans to keep selling that out. But Tanny was like, "Where's Jeremy?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know.
He's a fan. Somewhere. He's a fan tonight."
I was like, "I don't know. I gave him the night off, and he's soaking it all in. I got to go see how drunk he is." And you weren't too bad when I got down there in the first intermission.
I saw Allie walked into the ice bar, and I was like, oh, "Crap! Do I have to act professional now?" Funny story. Binkley scored that first goal like early on in the game.
Yeah, 6 minutes in,
and I was like, I forgot to clap. right? Because I was like, I'm like, I can't be partisan. I was like, oh wait, no, I can clap. And I was like, oh, hey, Ollie,
That's awesome.
sober as a bird.
Yeah. I'm cool. Just don't make me speak. I'm cool. Which is why, needless to say, Mr. Boucher was inconspicuous by his absence for post-game interviews, as Jim Ross used to always say. But when I came down there, like, man, it is easy to wonder how the goalies missed this or how the goalies missed this or how the player doesn't see this guy over there standing wide open. If you ever wonder, go down to the ice bar and watch 10 minutes from the ice bar. That puck is moving. I got no idea how Rudy Guimond sees half the pucks he sees. Like, it just, and I was sober and I was trying to track that thing and find it. And there was one shot went off his glove and I was like, he was looking for it. I'm like, I heard it. Yeah. I heard it hit you, but I don't know where it went. Like, it is a different appreciation of the speed of this game if you go down and watch it from the ice bar. So it's open to anyone over the age of 18. So you don't need a ticket to go down there. Your ticket into the building gets you into the ice bar. Go down there. You'll get a new appreciation for the speed of this game. I did laugh, though, one of your messages to me. If Simon Binkley scores one more goal, you're going to have to do another Fans Pick My Food the day after Thanksgiving.
And thank you, Simon Binkley, for not doing that.
Yeah. You got to 2-1 and they pulled the goalie. I was like, here we go.
No.
But yeah, 42 shots. Just one of the best efforts early on in the year that we have seen. Then we got Saturday once again. The past 2 years, Halifax comes into the Avenir and they win a hockey game. Moncton goes to the Scotiabank Center. They win a hockey game. 5-4. They only gave up 20 shots, which lowest shot total of the season. And I'm like, is this the kind of defense we're starting to see where they're picking it up? Yes, they allowed 4 goals. The one was tipped. One went off a weird bounce off the glass to Kulibiakin. He's never going to score an easier goal. Like, take those away, you're winning 5-2, and Rudy's giving up 2 goals on 20 shots. Like,
didn't Mercier have like 5 breakaways?
Yeah, exactly. Like, it was a weird kind of game, and you saw the Wildcats, for whatever reason, they go into Halifax and they play really well.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. It seems to be that Halifax has their number at the Avenir, and we have their number in their barn. It's weird, but it's the way it is. At the end of the day, it's they got their revenge for the the home ice loss the week before, and look, in those 2 games we took 3 points, and they've only taken 2. So we get the points edge so far, and that's really all you can ask for.
Yep, and you can see in the 2 wins, and I'm not gonna put the cart before the horse, but you can see the team getting the gel, seeing the lines come together, seeing I like the defensive group that they went with, where they split up Walnius and AFG. They put him with Blyle, which I think I'm trying to remember who Jordan Spence's partner was. I think it was Sean Stewart.
Really?
I think it was somebody who was and then it became McIsaac. But it was somebody who was like very defensive oriented that allowed him to just play. Because I remember the first year he was with another offensive defenseman. Like, I think he was with Aspero, and it was 2 offensive defensemen. Then he got a defensive partner, and you look at Blyle, and he's playing with a Forte who's a defensive defenseman, and he's just, that pair as a top pair works, I think, so much better than him and Magnuson or him and Walnius or whatever. I like that top pair as a defensive pair.
Yeah, I really, you're right with the whole defensive pairing, and I know I should be the one to comment on Gardner's decisions, but when you play 12 forwards, you should play 12 forwards.
Yeah.
You've got a kid that's wanting to get some ice time here, and he's been a healthy scratch, and that he dressed for the last 2 games, but I think he might have gotten 3 shifts in 2 games. It's and it's one of those kids that he came up here for a reason, but he's not getting the ice time that he wants. And I know it's probably for a reason, but I just don't like when I don't like when somebody's glued to the bench. I think everybody deserves to play, and so I'd just like to, I'd like to see all forwards get a chance to play, and McPhee doesn't seem to be around anymore, so you're sitting at 12 forwards right now, right? So if you have 12 healthy forwards, you should be playing, and not only playing but also giving ice time to all 12 forwards. So that's there's not many critiques that I give, but that would be my critique of the week.
Oh, critique of the week.
Whoa.
If you're looking to sponsor a segment on this show, critique of the week, hit us up on the DMs. We'll make it happen.
That was good.
That was good.
That was
very good.
Yeah.
Man, Teddy Muttrin on the faceoff dot.
So good.
61%, 48, 61, 58, 76 in the game against Rimouski.
That's why you brought him in.
And 53. He's at a 60% clip rate now on the faceoffs. You put him as your number 2 faceoff man against other leagues number 2, because Denway may be number 1.
And Gabe Smith has kills it on the dot too.
Yeah, exactly. And Preston Lounsbury is no slouch either. They're winning.
You want to kick me out of the dot? Fine.
Yeah. You go in the faceoff.
To quote Triple H, there's always a plan B.
Yeah. Gabe Smith, 10 to 23. Muttrin, 14 to 26.
Yep.
It's just, it allows you to control the puck, and it allows you to control the play of the game. One of the weirdest, again, watching baseball last night, one of the weirdest baseball plays I've ever seen between the Brewers and the Dodgers. Go Brewers. In the game, called the penalty. Walters went to the box, looked confused. The officials reviewed it. I'm assuming to get the right guy, because it was Sean Carrier who was near him. And then they just called it no penalty.
Yeah, it was different.
And I was like, hang on, are we doing this? If you go to the box confused, are they going to look to see if it was a penalty? Because if that's the case, Verona looked confused when he went to the box, and they didn't review the goalie interference when Brisson was like, into the. I just hurt my neck.
I heard it snap too.
Yeah, I'm old.
Probably felt good though.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
When he flopped to get the call, and again, I don't know what that was. I don't think it was a coach review to make sure they got the right guy. Gardner looked confused by it, and the other one that I have never been able to figure out, and I would love somebody who knows an official just to reach out to me, because I'd love to ask this question. If a goal is called back because of goalie interference, and goalie interference is a penalty you get if you don't score, why, when the goal is called off, is it not goalie interference penalty? Like the goal.
I think it's. If goalie interference penalty to me is if you literally just the goalie, right? If you're in your allowed area,
right,
and you make contact with the goalie, whether it's accidentally on purpose, it's to me, I don't think it shouldn't be a penalty, and it won't ever be called. If it's accidental contact, it's almost like, I'm going to use pass interference in football, but at the end of the day, it's a penalty. There's accidental pass interference and pass interference.
Yeah.
Where, pass interference, spot on the foul.
Terrible.
And accidental is a 5-yard, right?
15, I think.
Well, whatever. Same thing. Not really same thing, but.
But I know what you're saying, yeah.
It's kind of two different things. You plow over a goalie, it's a penalty. But if you're kind of in that crease area, whether you're in the crease or just outside, you make contact with a goalie, and we saw it in the marathon Cape Breton Baie-Comeau game.
Yeah.
Right. None of those were goalie interference penalties. They were just called off because there was accidental contact with a goaltender.
Yeah.
That's
what was confusing is Verona got it because he kind of tried to dive to miss the goalie and hit the goalie, and Brisson fell almost through the boards. It was crazy. Almost broke the glass. Got the call, but then I think it was Muttrin kind of went to dig at the puck. So he laid down thinking the puck was underneath him, and I can't remember who came around and scored. It's like, well, if that's goalie interference, not allowing a goaltender to make a play, that should be a penalty and the goal removed. I would love to get an official to just have that chat. I know they have a very tough job, and I don't like any job that they do. But I've always wondered that why, if it's called off for that, it's not a penalty. But sometimes, thankfully, it's not, because then we don't go down shorthanded. As I mentioned, a couple Quebec teams coming in here. Bonmoyen and Val-d'Or tonight. A team that I think a lot of people expected a little bit more from, has kind of struggled out of the gate. And then Friday, we've got the Hockey Fights Cancer Night against Victoriaville, and two Quebec teams that I'm kind of glad we're getting to see early. We don't have to wait until they've made some deals and they're worse, and it's like 10-1, I think it was last year with Victoriaville. What do you make of these matchups coming in? And I don't really want to do this every week, but we're going to see Jakoby. I mean,
I think you got to play. You got to play him. I mean, you have to start. You got to give him a home ice start.
Yeah. Like the first two games weren't his fault. He got better in the second one. He didn't have his full credit to D. The full team wasn't even there. Like, let's see what he can do with the team in front of him, and especially at home.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think you got to give him one of these two, and you have to. I think, you got to give him a home start, and it's just. I don't know if it's going to be tonight or if it's going to be Friday night, but let's see him. I mean, you got to put him in there. Val-d'Or's obviously got they're riding a hot goalie, and we want to put a stop to that. And they're probably a team that I've expected a little more from. They got some firepowers, so I think they just got to figure it out. And Victo's got those two dynamic Russians, Shilovs and Vlasov. I'm not exactly sure if that's how you pronounce it, but and arguably one of the best names in the league, Korniev. So and Gabriel Dag, right? It's one of those games where you could probably throw Weiner in Friday night, would be my guess, and just. Yeah, I want to see him I want to see him at home. I want to see what he's capable of doing with a full, I shouldn't say full roster, but because we're still missing a couple important pieces. But
fuller than the first two games.
A full decor, right?
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see him against with that full top six, because anytime you play with a rookie goaltender, they're probably playing a lot more. Not necessarily more loose, but they're playing more cohesive as a group. To make sure that there's that they got their support in their netminder. So I'd like to see them Friday night. But regardless if it's tonight or Friday, just give them a home start.
And I think if your hand pick it starts, and I remember at the Memorial Cup press conference, Gardner was asked, and he's like, "Yeah, walk my dog, and if he goes left, it's Russo. If he goes right, it's Rudy." If he's not using that same philosophy, I mean, if you're cherry picking starts at home, there's no better start, I don't think. Val-d'Or were the first game of that road trip, 3-4 for them. Victo were the third game of 3-3. So they play the 15th against Halifax, the 16th against a very good Charlottetown team, and then the 17th on Friday against us. So we might not even get to see Gabriel Dag. Because I don't know if he's going to go 3-3. He might go back-to-back against Charlottetown and Moncton. They probably want him to go against that. But I think if there's a time to get him in a game, it should be a Victoriaville. And like you said, I want to see him with a 80%, well, I guess almost 90% full team. I think he's earned it. I think he's deserved it. I think he got better in the second game. One of the goals went off the glass and come back out. That happened to Rudy. It happens. Just let the fans see him at home. We've had to try and bungle through Flow Hockey to watch him play. I think it's time to get him a home start. Anything else you got on Val-d'Or or Victoriaville you're excited to see other than Veilleux?
I mean, Nathan Brisson, who went to Flames camp as a free agent, Samuel Fiala, Gucci.
These are the teams we're going to go and put our names down for some lists for Taylor for the Christmas episodes. See if we can cherry pick a couple names.
Who else they got? They got Cassette Ayat,
hometown boy Jakob Gucci.
They got Corsal, who played for Mooski last year. Vayu, like you mentioned, like
they're underachieving, aren't they?
Yeah, I would to say the least. Yeah. They're
these are the worst two teams in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, like but they're, I mean, they're playing in the West, so it's like they got to face Blainville. They got to face Rouen. Rouen's not quite the team they were, but it's like they got to get her going here eventually if they want to make some noise, because they were expected to be a team that raised the bar a little bit this year, and they got to step on the gas pedal. So it should be a good one.
Yeah, they've only played Blainville once.
Yeah,
they lost 7-0. They've only played them once, but they've had Gatineau, they've had Quebec.
Yeah,
they've had teams that are getting better in their cycles as well. And you kind of almost get ready to throw cycles out because we're kind of getting away from that. But they're part of their schedule comes in when you got Moncton, you've got Charlottetown, they've got Halifax and Charlottetown again in November. You got Rimouski, they got Blainville. I mean, other than Baie-Comeau, they're a team on the outside right now.
Yeah.
So should be exciting to see. All right, let's get to everyone's real favorite part of the show.
Eric Murray, realtor. Buy our house from him. Stick tap of the week.
So the stick tap of the week is going to, it's one of my favorite spots to go in the summertime. The Magnetic Hill Wharf Village. They got usually go there, a couple times. I was going to say a couple times a week, but that's sometimes pretty accurate.
Mm-hmm.
So for the first time, and this is a little early, they're going to be transforming their wharf village into like a Christmas thing.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So they're taking a few weeks off, and on Thursday nights, Friday nights, and Saturday nights, their shops are going to be open. They're going to have like a little...
Like this weekend?
No.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Like November and December.
Oh, okay.
There. Relax.
I was like, that is really early.
Relax.
I was like, that's early.
Relax. So they're gonna do, their shops are gonna be open for shopping. There's gonna be like nice little light things. Complimentary hot chocolate and cider will be waiting, and there may even be a select appearance by a big guy. Here comes the big dog.
And I was thinking, well,
you gotta acknowledge our tribal chief. So I think it's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's like, I love going there in the summertime, so it's stay tuned for their local Saturday evening music. Local choirs will fill the deck with beautiful Christmas carols to make the experience truly magical. So I think this has like Hallmark Christmas movie like potential if this really goes off really good. So I know it's early. Look, Christmas is a ways away here, but this looks like it could be some good family activities down at the Wharf Village.
The Stick Tap of the Week, sponsored by Eric Murray Real Estate with the RE/MAX Avante team. If you're looking to buy or sell a home in the Greater Moncton or surrounding area, make sure to check him out on social media or give him a call at 506-863-8802.
Is this the first time they've done that?
Yeah, first year.
That's kind of shocking considering that's like a perfect landscape. And I hope it takes off, which it probably will.
Yeah.
A perfect landscape and a perfect area to do that.
Especially if the zoo does their
zoo
lights or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
I mean, you drive right in, you're going to see the Wharf Village on the left as you're going in to see the zoo lights on the right. You're going to stop in.
Yeah.
It's marketing 101, folks.
Yeah. And who doesn't love a Christmas market? I do. Plus, it gives you a chance to do free pictures where you find the nicest spot and you just take your picture and go.
Yeah.
And then you leave and that's your Christmas card. All right. That brings us to the Wildcat of the Week presented by Rosemary, Lynn Massage and Spa. Right now, they've got the teeth whitening available for booking at $85. 3 15-minute sessions are included in that service price. Add another 15 minutes for only $20. And don't forget, they have the loyalty card where you buy 9 spa services and you get 1 free. Call them right now at 506-830-1224 or stop in at the new location, 153 McLeese, as they are now accepting new clients. This one was close, but it's someone we talked to on this episode. We talked a lot about last year, and that when he plays, he makes things happen. And he's making things happen with his ice time right now. He's showing that. He got 2 goals on Friday, a goal and an assist on Saturday, as you stated, back-to-back game-winning goals on the weekend. And he's probably the only guy who's happy that the Mariners are up 2-0 in the ALCS. Your Wildcast Wildcat of the week is number 12, Simon Binkley.
That's going to be the extent of our baseball talk.
That is absolutely going to be the extent of our baseball talk, but we will talk about family stuff, Mr. Boucher.
Ooh, we got time.
Yeah. The parade.
Yeah.
I'm so pumped to go to the parade. Please just give good weather for the parade because I'm a wuss. I don't want to stand out in the cold. I hate it. I wear winter jackets in the press booth when it's cold. Please just have nice weather. But the parade is, I think, November
22nd.
Yeah.
Which is a Saturday.
Get out your schedules,
at
folks.
5 p.m. And there's a game at 7. So I don't know if this was their intention.
Mm-hmm.
Because A, if you have the parade at 5 and you're hoping that some of those parade goers then go to your game at 7, you nailed it.
Yeah.
However, what a freaking nightmare.
Yeah.
Like if you like the people who complained about parking when the Avenir Center was built,
Yeah.
imagine their reaction when they find out that there's not only going to be 30,000 maybe
Yeah.
downtown for a parade,
And they don't want to go to the parade. They just want to go to the hockey game.
and they just,
Yeah.
I don't want to think about it right now.
No.
But it's going to be a mess.
Oh, yeah. And I understand that point of the marketing. Everyone's down there. Maybe they'll go to the game. Go out there. I wish the Wildcats weren't playing. You're trying to build a community team. And when was the last time the Wildcats were in the parade?
That's another thing.
Pre-2020 with Bernie in the bus? I think maybe
can't remember now.
maybe 1 year after that, but it might have been when the season started in October and it just happened that they didn't get it. But that's what caught me is like, and you look at November's schedule. Well, November 8th is the only day they could do it. It's quite early for the parade, I would assume, because the 15th they're in Halifax, 22nd they're in Charlottetown, 28th they're in Shawinigan. It's like you want a community team. You want your team to be part of the community parade. So hopefully the Wildcats have some.
So here's my suggestion.
All right, what do you got?
Move the game to 2 p.m.
Yep.
You move the game to 2 p.m. Charlottetown is in St. John on the 20th. They play on that, which will be a Thursday.
Mhm.
They play at 7 p.m. Then they're off on the Friday. So for them to play a day and a half later, 2 p.m. is no big deal.
Yeah. Do they play Sunday?
They do not play Sunday.
Okay. We don't play Sunday either.
Exactly.
No, we do play in St. John at 7 on Friday. But we're coming home.
We're coming home.
Yeah.
You move that game to 2 p.m. You're out of there by 4:30, and boom, the parade starts at 5.
Yeah.
The players have a chance to shower, get dressed, and join the parade as it passes by.
Yeah.
Again, that's the only thing I can personally think of right now that would give the opportunity for fans to get to a hockey game, fans that are going to the hockey game and the parade to get both in to exit the game,
yeah,
and also get a spot for the parade downtown, and also for the team to join in.
Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. My other one was like, if it's because I think they did it one year where they like moved, like we got the email or the social media post and it was like, we're moving the game till 7:30 or to 8. They pushed it back because of the parade. Well, move it up. Give everyone time. I was gonna say have your Wildcats brass go out there and hand out family passes. Like, hey, do you want to go to the hockey game? Here's a family pass. You know, like get the people that you don't generally think are gonna go to the game in the building. But yeah, I like the 2 o'clock idea. I think that's a much better idea, especially for the people that don't want to go. They can at least get out of there while the parade's going on and it's not as.
And if you're down there at 2 p.m.,
yeah,
you already have a parking spot.
Yeah.
People are already at the parade, so it's not going to be a nightmare leaving, right? You're not fighting for a parking spot because you already have one. Yeah. And so I think 2 p.m. moving, if you're able to move this November 22nd game to 2 p.m., I think it allows people to that are going to the game to get a good parking spot.
Yeah.
If they're not going to the parade, to exit in a timely manner, because people are fighting for a parking spot at that time.
Yeah.
And it allows the team to join the parade after the game.
Yep. Hey, they listened to us last week. Let's see if the league listens to us this week. And if you got little ones, Boo at the Zoo starts this weekend. For Jeremy, I'm Adam. See you next week.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Wildcast podcast. Follow us on social media at Moncton Wildcast.